This is ITV News with Nina Hussain.
Good afternoon. In a difficult week for the Prime Minister's relationship with Europe, today his government was urged to curb our rising property prices. The European Commission called on Britain to raise council tax on expensive houses and build more homes. The recommendations have angered those who are anti-Europe and comes after David Cameron himself said the EU was too big, too bossy and too interfering. Today, the Treasury insisted the calls were in line with the government's approach. With more, here's our political correspondent, Carl Dinnan.
There you go.
Thank you.
Where better for a couple of chaps to show that they're good friends really than down the pub. Nick Clegg and Vince Cable went for an early drink after Cabinet this morning to announce new rules to help landlords. But the European Commission's report has created a bitter taste in Westminster where everyone thinks the EU should be reforming itself first.
I think that should be the focus of what the European Commission is doing rather than delivering, if you like, lectures to one government or another across the European Union, especially when, frankly, we have proved in this government to actually be leading the way in how to create growth in these difficult circumstances compared to many other countries in the European Union.
The Commission says Britain should introduce higher council tax on higher value properties. They say more houses need to be built here and changes should be made to the government's Help to Buy scheme to avoid sharp price rises. Now, the EU president says they're just trying to stabilise the European economy.
But the recovery is fragile, and we are not yet where we want to be, especially given record high levels of unemployment. More effort will be required to lift Europe firmly out of the crisis and get back to solid growth.
But it's not just the Lib Dems who think Europe should butt out.
Well, thanks, but no thanks. I suggest the EU has got more pressing concerns, including the fact it's in the global economic slow lane and has an unemployment rate which is quite a bit higher than ours here, including a youth unemployment rate in certain countries of over 50%.
Now, the Commission may even be right about the British housing market. Nationwide has just reported an 11% price increase, the largest for 7 years. But this still comes at a time when the whole country seems to want to hear a bit less from Europe.
Brussels has got too big, too bossy, too interfering. We need more for nation states. It should be nation states wherever possible, Europe only where necessary.
And that seems to be a message that just about everyone here can drink to today.
Carl, has Europe actually managed to unite the coalition parties today?
Sounds like it, doesn't it? There's unity breaking out all over the place. Nick Clegg and Vince Cable. Nick Clegg agreeing with John Barron, that Tory Eurosceptic, on what they think of things. And if you were to imagine a politician holding a pint in a pub having a go at Europe, it's not really Nick Clegg you would immediately think of. It's Nigel Farage, isn't it? I think that this has shown that there is a mood of Euroscepticism around, especially after the European elections, which UKIP won, of course. I think that ultimately might be of some help to David Cameron as he tries to renegotiate a relationship with Europe, if only Europe would notice it.
Carl Dinnan at Westminster, thank you. Police investigating